Hey guys, good to be able to connect with you guys this morning. I hope you're doing well and I hope you are excited for yet another amazing message. And my friends Casey and David are going to be joining us in a bit, but it's good to be able to connect with you guys today. All right, so tell me, what is this that I'm holding right here? It's the Bible, right? Can you guys see? It's the Holy Bible, and this is a Holy Bible for children, right? So all the stories that we tell you are always from this Bible, and I hope you've got one at home and you are ready to read some amazing and colorful stories from your Bible. Okay, so tell me, who's ever felt like they know what is the right thing to do, but they don't feel like doing it? Who's ever felt like you know it's the right thing to do, but you don't feel like doing it? Let's give an example. Sometimes I know that coming to church is amazing, right? I know it's good. I know, just like I know it's very good to read my Bible. I know it's so important to read my Bible, but guess what? Sometimes I don't feel like reading my Bible. But you know what? Even when you don't feel like doing something, you gotta do it. And speaking of feeling like doing something, I've got a jar of water right here next to me. Okay? Can you guys see that it's full? All right. So I want you guys to bet. I want everybody to bet. If you think that I can drink this jar of water, can you stand up? All those who think that I can drink this entire jar of water, can you stand up on your feet? All right. Those who think that I can't drink this jar of water, stand up on the chair. Get up on your chair. Okay. Let me ask again. Those who think that I can drink this entire jar of water, this amazing cup of water, because I'm super thirsty, consider twice before you make your choice. If you think that I can drink this, stand up on your feet. Now, if you think that I can't drink this, take the time to stand up on your chair, right? Stand up on your chair and let's see. Okay, I want you guys to give me a drum roll and then I'm going to start drinking. And I hope that those who say that I can't drink it are ready to be sure that they are wrong. So the winners of this competition get a sweet, and those who bet on the wrong idea are not going to get any sweet. So you got two groups here. Some people standing up. The standing up people, can you raise up your hand? And then some people standing on a chair who don't think that I can drink this jar of water. People standing on a chair, can you wave your hand? All right, drum roll. Can I get a drum roll? I'm going to start drinking this jar of water and finish it in a bit. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. I think I'm going to take a break. I think I'm going to take a break here and then carry on later. But for now, let's just pretend, not that it's the truth, that I could not drink this jar of water. Let's just pretend that I could not drink it, okay? So people who thought that I could not drink it, that are standing on the chair, they get a sweet. Well done to you guys. But I'll finish it at some stage. Maybe next week, maybe next month, but I will finish this jar of water. Now, speaking of water, this reminds me of a very important story in the Bible by a character whose name starts with a P. And you can find this character in a book of the Bible called Acts. Can you guys repeat after me? Acts. Everybody, Acts. There you go. A book in the Bible called Acts, chapter 27. And it talks about a character whose name starts with a P. Can you guess whose character I'm talking about? Yeah, it's Paul. And so something happens to Paul while he's on water on a big ship. So let's pay attention to the story. Let's listen to some more music. And after the music, let's listen to Casey and David and what they have to say about Paul.
me, plans to prosper me, not to harm me, plans to give me hope and a future. Oh, 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 oh. I will call on you, and I will pray to you, and I will seek you with all my heart, and I will trust in your goodness, 'cause I know the plans you have are perfect. And even when it all seems hopeless, I know the plans you have are perfect. I will trust in your goodness, 'cause I know the plans you have are perfect. And even when it all seems hopeless, I know the plans you have are perfect. Oh, 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 plans you have are perfect. Oh, 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 perfect. I know plans you have for me are plans to prosper me, not to harm me, plans to give me hope and a future. Oh, 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 I will call on you, and I will pray to you, and I will seek you with all my heart, and I will trust in your goodness, 'cause I know the plans you have are perfect. And even when it all seems hopeless, I know the plans you have are perfect. You know what's best for me, 'cause you know everything. So where you go, I go, we go, I'll follow where you lead. You know what's best for me, 'cause you know everything. So where you go, I go, we go, I'll follow where you lead. Oh, 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 I will call on you, and I will pray to you, and I will seek you with all my heart, and I will trust in your goodness, 'cause I know the plans you have are perfect. And even when it all seems hopeless, I know the plans you have are perfect. I will trust in your goodness, 'cause I know the plans you have are perfect. And even when it all seems hopeless, I know the plans you have are perfect. Plans you have are perfect, perfect. Plans you have are perfect, perfect. Plans you have are perfect, perfect. Plans you have are perfect. And it feels like your back's against the wall, 'cause every time you try to move forward you fall. But he keeps picking you up and he says, be strong and courageous, do not be afraid, do not be dismayed. Be strong and courageous, for the Lord your God is with you. Wherever you go, 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 the Lord your God is with you. Wherever you go, 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 the Lord your God is with you. So keep his words on your lips every day, and don't forget to stop and pray. 'Cause when it seems things ain't going your way, just take a deep breath. Remember he says, be strong and courageous, do not be afraid, do not be dismayed. Be strong and courageous, for the Lord your God is with you. Wherever you go, 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 the Lord your God is with you. Wherever you go, 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 the Lord your God is with you. So when you feel like being weak, be strong. And in the middle of a storm, hold on. Be courageous, knowing that he'll never let go. When you feel like being weak, be strong. And in the let you go, 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 go. Be strong, and courageous, Do not be afraid, do not be dismayed. Be strong, and courageous, For the Lord your God is with you. Wherever you go, 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 go. The Lord your God is with you. Wherever you go, 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 go. The Lord your God is with you. Wherever you go, 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 go. The Lord your God is with you. Wherever you go, 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 go. The Lord your God is with you. Wherever you go.
Now sit right back and you'll hear a tale, the tale of a tiny desk.
I don't know about this, David. This seems like a really, really bad idea. Whatever made you think of using the JTS desk as a boat?
It's floating, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, but for how long? The waves are tearing it apart. I think we should drop the anchor and wait out the storm.
Oh, I'm way ahead of you, Casey. I already threw the anchor in.
Did you tie it to the rope?
Of course I did.
This end of the rope?
No, silly, the other end of the rope.
This end of the rope?
No, the other end of the rope.
David, there are only two ends to a rope.
Uh-oh.
With David and Casey too, and the desk here on JTSR.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Journey Today show. My name is David.
A 3-hour tour? A 3-hour tour? That's what you said this little boat ride was going to be. But now look at us. We are stranded on a deserted island. How in the world are we going to get out of here?
Don't worry, Casey. I've seen this before. We just have to wait until a famous celebrity visits the island, and then they'll certainly take us home with them.
That's it? That's your plan? A celebrity? Why would a celebrity visit this deserted island?
I know. It doesn't make any sense, but that's just how it works. And hey, look on the bright side. We were able to drag the desk up on the shore, and now we have a free beach vacation.
Yeah, well, I think I still want a new travel agent.
Hey, do you know what this reminds me of?
Gilligan's Island?
No. Why would you think that? No, it reminds me of the time Paul got shipwrecked in the Bible.
Oh, yeah. You mean in Acts chapter 27. That's where Paul had been arrested for telling people about Jesus. And since he was a Roman citizen, they had to ship him to Rome to go on trial before Caesar.
That's right. But then, in the middle of the trip, they got hit by a storm that had the force of a hurricane, and it started to tear the ship apart.
Yeah, you know, this is such a good story. I think we should read it straight from the Bible. So how about this? In just a second, press pause on the video and then open your Bible and read the verses on the screen. When you're finished, we'll see you back here. Wow, isn't that a crazy story? And you know, I can kind of relate to Paul because I too have been shipwrecked.
Well, technically, you've been desk wrecked. But you know what? Paul actually had it way worse than us, because that was just one of the many bad things that happened to Paul. In the Bible, in the book of 2 Corinthians, Paul gives a long list of all the bad things that happened to him. Look at what Paul went through. He spent 6 years in prison. He was whipped 195 times. He was beaten with rods. He was struck with stones. He was shipwrecked. He was bitten by a poisonous snake. He was in danger from rivers and robbers. He went days without food, water, and sleep. And he was left in the cold with no clothes.
Whoa! And I thought I was having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day.
Yeah, seriously. And what's really incredible is that Paul went through all of that so people could hear the good news of Jesus. And in the Bible, it says that because of all those things, Paul felt weak.
That's right. And you would think that being weak would be a bad thing. But look at what Paul says about it in our Bible verse for today. But he said to me, "My grace is all you need. My power is strongest when you are weak. So I am very happy to brag about how weak I am. Then Christ's power can rest on me." 2 Corinthians 12:9.
Doesn't that seem like a weird thing to say? I mean, no one really ever brags about how weak they are, but that's exactly what Paul is doing here. And to help us understand why, I think we should do a challenge.
Awesome.
So here's what I'm thinking. Since we are stranded on this deserted island, I think we should create a giant SOS out of these rocks. Now, an SOS is like a signal that tells people we need help. So when we lay down these rocks, though, I think we should use some gloves. Now, the glove that I'm gonna use is kind of weak and flimsy. The glove that you're gonna use is really strong and stiff. Now, the person who lays down the most rocks is the winner.
All right.
So what do you think? Are you up for this challenge?
This is gonna be a hard challenge.
Yes, it is.
But yes, I'm up.
We're gonna
I'm
do
up
it. We're gonna do it.
I'm
Okay.
ready.
Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Got one.
That's it.
Done!
We did it!
We did it!
Oh my goodness. But I totally put down way more rocks than you. I totally won that challenge.
Man, that is so not fair. My glove was so stiff, I could hardly grab the rocks.
You're right. And that is exactly the point. Here, take a look at this glove. It's stiff and it's sturdy and it's strong. But is it good for much?
I can tell you from experience that no, it's not. In fact, it's hard to even get your hand in it. And if you do get your hand in it, it's too stiff to do anything with it. You can't grab anything, you can't pick things up.
That's right, but look at this glove. This glove is much weaker. It's flexible and flimsy and floppy, but it's easy to get your hand into it. And once your hand is in it, it's flexible. You can do a lot of work with it. The weak glove is far more useful than the strong glove.
Hey, you know what? That's kind of what it's like with us and God. We're like the glove and God is like the hand. It's not the glove that does the work, it's the hand. So when we're strong and stiff like this glove, we're not very useful. But when we're weak and flexible like this glove, God can use His strength to do big things through us.
You know what? That makes me think of a question. What kind of things could God do through you when you're feeling weak? Press pause.
And discuss.
Following Jesus isn't always easy. You can still have a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. But when you do, remember that it's not all bad. Those times of weakness are when you can feel God's hand working in your life.
Yeah, when you're weak, God uses His strength to make you more loving, more caring, more courageous, and more faithful to Jesus.
So true. Well, folks, thanks for joining us today. We'll see you again.
Wait, is that Justin Bieber?
I told you! I'm coming, Justin! Take me with you!
Game
drinking my water while you guys were watching the story. I was finishing up my water. Can you guys see it? It was all the way up here, and now it's here. I promise that I'm going to finish it. But how was that amazing story about Paul and shipwrecking and losing everything on the ship and falling on this island? Did you enjoy the deserted island story? That's amazing. And remember when I told you that sometimes you don't feel like doing something, but you know it's the right thing to do, right? And so we're talking this year about going. We are saying we have to go. And Paul in this story was going. And he was going because he wanted to tell more people about God. In fact, he was put as a prisoner, but he still wanted to tell more people about God, about Jesus, and about the Bible, right? So it didn't feel good because there were snakes involved and there was not enough food, and then he got lost on a deserted island. There was no Justin Bieber, but he got lost on a deserted island, and all of these things happened to him. And as much as it didn't feel well, he still knew it was the right thing to do, to go tell people about Jesus. So guess what, kids? This is what I'm saying right now. Even when it doesn't feel right, even when it hurts, even when it feels uncomfortable, even when people say, no, you are so wrong, it is still the right thing to go and tell people about the Bible. So I want you to think about someone you may want to share this story of Paul and being uncomfortable with. And this story is available on YouTube. So even as you go home, yourself, the people in the room, I've got some documents and some questions that I want to walk through with you in your cells. So in a short while, you guys are going to go in cells. But everything that you guys discuss and learn in cell, I want you guys to do two things. Number one, I want you guys to go and share these things with someone else. Someone else maybe at school or in your building or in your community. Number two, why don't you invite someone to come into your cell next week? All right, that's it for me today. I'll see you guys next week.